That's what I'm expecting.
That could be it.
At that number, I'm thinking more than back catalog. They have to have a plan.
They have to.
But even that, right? Their plan has been right in front of us, right? They're doing this, which is incredible. This is monumental.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Scores and Assists, where we break down the latest headlines and bring you fresh takes on everything sports and culture. From trending news to game highlights and hot debates, we've got it all. Hit that subscribe button and stay in the loop. Netflix has agreed to buy the film and streaming businesses for Warner Bros. Discovery for $72 billion in a major Hollywood deal. The streaming giant emerged as the successful bidder for Warner Bros. Ahead of rivals Comcast and Paramount after a drawn-out battle. Warner Bros. Owns franchises like Harry Potter and Game of Thrones and the streaming service HBO Max. The takeover is set to create a new giant in the entertainment industry, but the deal will still have to be approved by the competition's authorities.
Good.
Is that your first time passing out?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Yeah. It was weird.
Yeah.
Well, we're glad you're all right.
Yes, we are.
Some doctor he is, huh? Anywhere y'all want to go, I'm down to go. Pause.
We got big news in the entertainment.
This is absolutely crazy.
Yeah, this is absolutely
This news is absolutely nuts.
It was announced that Netflix is acquiring Warner Brothers.
Acquired,
yeah, not even acquiring.
80-something billion, right?
Yeah, 87 or 82 billion dollars. Wow. Insanity.
Yeah. It's crazy to me to think about how this could even happen. I remember when Netflix was just, they mailed you a CD or DVD.
Little niggas.
You know what I'm saying? And then they were fighting Blockbuster. Now they are the behemoth on the landscape. That's crazy to me to see just how far they've come.
Speaks to some of these CEOs and their vision.
Yeah.
Dead ass. Like, nobody could have ever thought that this was going to turn into that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. I looked at this as a pivot move or a response move because I remember, we all remember a couple years ago, Netflix had that movie Bright with Will Smith. Mm-hmm. But it failed. But at the time, it was like, if this works because you got A-lister Will Smith and this movie was straight to Netflix, if this works, this could literally change the game. And you saw a lot of... the movie wasn't the greatest, but it did look like it was a lot of oomph put on it so that this did not work. So with that not working, all right, our next option is now we're gonna come over here and we're gonna buy up a studio.
Yeah.
We're gonna get in this way.
And not a studio.
Yeah, no, the studio.
Right.
Yeah, them.
Yeah.
So now, because now they got, that's HBO, it's HBO Max. Crazy. Like that. So now you got the whole Oz, Entourage, Sex and the City, The Wire. You got all of those catalogs for niggas to just stream. Niggas that never heard about it, they could go. Niggas that heard about it never saw it.
Right,
it's right there on your Netflix.
And way more movies.
Way more. Not just that. The game is subscriber based. So now you phase out the HBO Max app. You could.
My Apple TV about to be 2 apps.
Right. Well, we're gonna get there too because that's part of the problem for me, but. And I know a lot of stuff is going to get developed in Q3. So even though they made the acquisition, it was happening. You'll see it in the third quarter, 2026. You'll see a lot of this stuff. One of the things they said was they're going to keep Warner Brothers, the brand, because it's. And I think that's smart.
Yeah,
some people, the ego, you just want to take over everything and have your name on everything. But Warner Brothers is a brand name. It's an American tradition. So you're still going to see Warner Brothers in the movie theater. I think that's brilliant.
Genius.
You know what I mean? Same thing with HBO. You hold on to those titles
for sure.
But just own
what happens is you'll see Warner Brothers and then underneath it'll say a Netflix company.
Yeah. That's okay. As long as you still
But I need to see that Warner Brothers.
I was watching certain shows and I'm used to seeing like whatever the logo is and then underneath it'll say such and such. Now it's changing. Sundance. These because they're buying up these networks.
They buying
these studios.
Everything.
I ain't mad, bro.
Do you think this is going to change the kind of programming they do?
Original programming?
Yeah, you see a prequels for things, and like Netflix producing a lot of content right now. In the same way, after HBO, we had HBO Max, and you start to see different kinds of content come on the HBO label. I'm just wondering, will it shape the kind of shows we're gonna see?
I think you acquire HBO for their back catalog. Because the HBO not necessarily doing what Netflix does. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm going to just go get all the HBO shit. Now put that up under my umbrella. But we can still keep doing what we've already been the greatest and master at. You know what I'm saying? I think that's dope.
I think they would have to. Back catalog is awesome. But Netflix has built their own studio. They're getting into original shit. I I could see a world where they take a story that they didn't have access to and now prequel it, like you said,
That could be.
or make it go further, like you said.
That's what I'm expecting.
That could be it.
At that number, I'm thinking more than back catalog. They have to have a plan.
They have to.
But even that, right? Their plan has been right in front of us, right? They're doing this, which is incredible. This
Amazing.
is monumental. What they announced with that they're doing with those video podcasts,
Yeah.
their football games.
Damn,
Yeah,
Netflix went
yeah.
live. Like just that. Netflix going live. And they tested it out with, a little comedy special here, boxing match here. But
Oh yeah, they got Netflix Sports.
you get what I'm saying?
wrestling,
Like this is a full on takeover.
For sure.
We covering we got sports, we got this. I mean, what's next? News?
It's big dogs on the block now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this is our block now.
Yeah, and it's a long block.
We're not even battling you on this block. We bought the block. We bought the battlefield.
I can't be mad.
It's exciting. I
love it.
do like the HBO app. I do. I hope they leave it there.
I'm
Y'all don't
consolidated.
care either way.
Yeah, consolidated
I
app.
like HBO
It's just to me because when I said I'm thinking about what Hulu did. I mean, what Disney did with the Hulu and all
Yeah.
that. They integrated everything into the Disney app. I could see HBO doing the same thing.
I think that's.
I mean, excuse me, Netflix doing the same
I think
thing.
that's what
And
happened.
If they do that, what old show becomes number one right away? The Wire.
One of them.
Sopranos,
Game of Thrones,
Sopranos,
Sex and the City.
I can't hear any of you.
Game of Thrones, Sopranos, Wire. Yeah.
Sex and
Probably in that order.
Bro, you got 10, like, HBO had a run of like a good 12 shows that just was
Them.
True Blood,
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
Soprano, Sex and the City, Entourage. They just had The
Yeah.
Wire, Oz. They just went crazy for a good 15 years, 2 decades. So
Yeah,
you
maybe
got
longer.
now all of that stuff to people that's 28, 29 years old that wasn't around. You like, yo, I'm watching Oz.
Yeah.
This deal was the first time I thought about how much money Netflix has.
80 billion to
Because when I
spend.
went to bed, all of the reports said Netflix is thinking about acquiring, and when I woke up, it said Netflix has acquired.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's literally.
Netflix has it now, you
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
That's,
Confirmed
that's
it.
what it said.
Now, not everybody's happy. I know you said you can't get mad at that, but a lot of people are getting mad at that.
Who's mad at that?
Some politicians, Elizabeth Warren, for example, spoke
Mark,
out.
don't politician me to death.
I
Is
did-
anybody else mad?
Some content creators.
But what's the argument?
It's an antitrust argument, right? That and it'll be ultimately up to the feds to find out whether it's true or not. But the idea that they have that market dominance, right? That they basically have a monopoly over the entire streaming industry, which is not what you're not supposed to have. Reducing competition, and then also having too much control. So the idea is that they can dictate terms to directors in Hollywood or content creators now because you got no place else to go, and so it's hard to get a fair deal. That's the argument that the content creators are worried about. And from the political side, which I do think matters, the question is, does this stop? Are they too powerful? Are they too big? That's the thing that people are worried about. Now, Netflix has said in their defense, this is going to create more opportunities for creatives. This is going to create more opportunities and more avenues through the various things they're acquiring. It's up to the world to decide, but people are not happy about it. Some people are not happy about it.
I mean, there was I'm reading here from Variety. It says a group of major industry players has sent an urgent open letter to Congress warning of an economic and institutional meltdown in Hollywood if Netflix succeeds in acquiring Warner Brothers / Discovery.
And that's what I heard when you were talking about the content creators and politicians. Hollywood.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I just
but
think
again,
Hollywood, old guard.
Yeah,
bro,
but
what does this mean for the movie theaters? Like this could be way more than just streaming. Like now, if we got Warner Brothers, their studios, we have everything. We can literally create new films and bring them straight to Netflix. We don't have to put them in
But
theaters.
aren't we already there?
No.
I mean, the transition is slow, but the writing's on the wall. Bro, a movie comes out, and in a month, that shit is on pay-per-view and being able to be streamed.
That's a month if it's doing bad in theaters. The average, it used to be.
That's not true.
It used to be 6 months. The average right now is 3 months if it's doing okay. If it's doing bad in theaters, if they have a horrible first week, if they're taking an L on it, they'll pull it from theaters and then they'll shoot it straight to streaming. But on average, it's about 3 months now.
wow,
And that's still short.
that is
compared to
short.
before.
I don't like it.
When we were growing up,
It was a while.
some shit that came out in January. It might hit VHS or DVD like by the summer, maybe late spring.
That's different though. You had to actually physically make all this shit and distribute it.
Right.
Bro, Sinners did well.
Yeah.
Sinners came out April 18th. It was able to be streamed in July, first week of July. That's fast.
That's
bro.
crazy.
That's 3
And
months.
That's
Sinners
what he
was
said, 3 months.
Sinners was a hit.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't like it. It makes it takes the thing out of the movies. Like you don't have that thing of really wanting to go
Yes.
see it in the theater. And I always enjoy going to the movie theater. Now, if the movie theater wasn't your thing, you know what I mean? If you've been going to the movie theater since a kid, your first date at the movie theater, you got a hand job movie theater, it's a thing for you.
I've made
mean,
an argument about
unfortunately-
movie theaters sticking around, and everyone thinks it's the end of the world.
It's-
I think my movie theater that I go to, which is not a iPick or one of the fancy ones, they just renovated the whole shit. So clearly, there's still some money coming in.
It has to be.
But I think I look at what you're saying about movie theater. We live in right now in a lot of people are in the I want it right this second.
You're right.
So the same way malls took a hit because now you could go on Amazon and order everything and it
Right.
comes
It's
the next
changing,
day or
bro.
same day. Niggas want to be able to hear this is available and I could just go home and push a button and
That's
watch
a little
it.
bit
For
different.
me-
That convenience, but I'm just saying the level of convenience and people wanting everything immediately.
Right.
That's gonna
There's
go
a
down.
lot of people that would, it's certain movies where it's like, I don't want to go to the movies to see it. And if I knew it dropped today and I could go home and just hit a button and watch it, I personally, I would take that.
For
And
me-
to be clear,
for
that's not
me-
Netflix's fault. That's
No,
just
no, I'm just saying that's
yeah,
the
no, just to be
world.
clear, that's just the way the
Yeah, that's the
tech is
world.
moving.
So,
all
bro.
of that progression, all of that, the world's changing because I'm pro world changing, but I just feel like the direction we go to is just less human contact, and I don't think it's a good thing.
Oh, yeah,
that we
I
do
agree
not
with
see you in your house on the shitter watching a movie versus you go have a little conversation with the popcorn girl, you say hi to the movie guys. Like we're never going to see each
And the
other.
other side to that moment,
popcorn
And-
girl was a bitch. She was rude
No,
as
where
fuck.
you at?
And-
My
and-
popcorn
and-
bitch
and
give me
don't
extra
ask-
butter.
Don't ask for extra butter now.
My
Mona-
popcorn girl was the best.
Mona, the other side to that, how much it costs to go to movies?
Yeah,
It
bro.
was
$1 million.
expensive. It
It's
was
expensive.
expensive.
Today, to go to
$100.
movies.
You gonna spend $100 if you go with somebody.
Yeah.
Whereas
Solo
I could pay
50.
y'all this, what is it? I think Netflix right now, if you got the top package, it's $24.99 a month or something.
Right.
Don't say that again.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Top package.
If you have their best
highest-
of
I mean, I get it. I get it, but I
for
just
a lot of people that makes more sense.
Yeah, I could go home and watch the movie with my family for even if they selling the stream independently for $20. I could go home with my family of 5 for $20.
Plus, y'all be breaking that Netflix up to like 5 other people.
Word.
Can't do that no more.
they shut that shit
That
down.
shit is a dub.
Yeah, and then I love that they shut it down. And,
Over
and-
for that.
Like at
and
all?
Can't do
the
it.
message comes on the screen like,
Yup.
nigga, you know it's 5 of y'all using this.
Nah, that shit pop
And they
up.
clip
Yo,
it.
this is not the house
Yes.
where this account is registered
Yeah.
is. Either put a code in or sign up for your own shit.
Alex, you make so much money.
Yo,
And
I
they
don't know
kick
what
you
y'all.
off.
I don't know what y'all talking about.
That is a bona fide fact that Netflix shut that shit down.
lot
probably
of the
a year
Yeah, no, they
ago.
definitely did, like a
you
week ago,
cannot
right?
share
2 weeks
your
ago?
password and everybody watch it. You would have to get on a schedule and everybody pick times to watch it. But when you clicking at the same time, they know and they shut it down.
And now what they do is they just give you 2 weeks. So they'll
Okay.
send you a code. You got it for 2 weeks. And 2 weeks from now, we're going to lock this shit out again.
That's
We make
crazy.
too much money to be doing this.
Hey, yo,
Well, no,
fam,
I signed up.
I was
said,
watching the
fuck
Puff doc. They sent the shit on the top of the screen. My peoples hit their peoples. The email, dude.
Wait, you don't got your own Netflix? You use somebody's?
I mean, my girl uses.
I thought you were the
No.
owner and you distributed it to your mans and them.
no,
No, he's the password borrower.
You don't have Netflix?
no. I
He
don't
has
deal with
password.
none of that shit in my house, bro.
I'm really surprised.
My girl deals with
I
all
don't know
that
why y'all
stuff in the house.
surprised. They just don't do it like
No,
that.
that's not
tracks.
my shit. Yeah, that's. I don't care about that.
What do you
tracks
do
with
for
him.
fun, Ish?
What you mean?
What do
on
you
the
do for
phone.
fun?
Mad shit.
So much
But
for
I
the
don't-
monopoly they have.
Yo, no, I don't care about like techie stuff and all that, like the apps and all that. If I got a question, I'll call.
Because I
Ice.
know you don't do social media like that.
It's not really my bag.
Yeah.
So you don't do social media like that. You don't have Netflix.
I have
not
Netflix.
really. Oh, you have it, but you're not really into the TV shows.
They
like
got a
that.
phone.
Do you
nigga.
read the paper?
I read books. I don't read the paper.
Talk to on the
Book reader.
Mona's having a hard time figuring out what you really enjoy.
What could it be?
Damn, man. What is it?
There's a missing element
something.
here.
It's an element. It's an element.
We can't quite put our finger on it.
I don't get the joke.
He can.
Hey, Mona.
Somebody want to explain it?
Hey, Mona, I got you, girl. Hey, look at me. Look at me. The pussy.
I was thinking that. I was thinking that.
Hey,
No.
Demona, it's the pussy.
He like talking on the phone.
It's the pussy.
This nigga's an idiot.
It's the pussy.
Ish is a born
It's the
potter. You
pussy.
said that last week. He is born for podcast.
And pussy. He won for podcast and pussy.
Yo, what is wrong with this guy, yo?
Oh man, y'all should stop sharing passwords though. And I'm not mad at Netflix cracking down if you're trying to buy some shit that costs $84 billion. I'm coming to get mine from every one of y'all.
Yes.
$17.99, $13.99. I
Sure
need
enough.
all of my subscriptions.
Oh, just wait. They gonna get it back.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There'll be a little hike.
Right.
Hikey hike.
Makes sense.
I already thought about that. Shit, yeah.
Yeah, it makes
Yeah, that
sense.
shit going
though.
up.
You said you watched the Puff Doc, right?
Yes, I
Did
did. as
everyone
well.
here watch the Puff Doc?
Yes,
did,
yeah.
all 4 episodes.
All right, you five, take it away.
I didn't really get that much more information from this. I think it was really well done. I didn't get a lot more information than we've gotten in the doc that we got a couple years ago and through all the press coverage of the last year, personally.
It was
me-
just better done, like you said.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was really well done, and they painted the picture they were trying to paint.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
For me,
Oh, for sure.
They were trying to paint, or the picture that it is. Because you say trying to paint, it's like they got a narrative, and or is that just what
well,
it is?
I think whatever their intention was with this doc, they nailed it.
They did it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I think when you tell a story about anybody, you could tell multiple stories. There's another story about Puff you could tell that would leave you feeling different about him. That would also be true.
Okay.
I agree.
I get it.
But this one it felt true. You know, and this one needed to be told given everything that's going on. I'm not defending it. I'm just saying, like, I do think there's multiple stories, and they had a particular story they wanted to tell, which I thought was good. And for me, I agree with y'all. Like, it wasn't so much that it was new information, and I think you said this the other day, Joe. It wasn't that it was new information, but the storytelling was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of these docs, especially ones that come out fast, this is not good
They
storytelling.
suck.
Yeah,
Right.
they suck. But yeah.
I don't.
And again, remember, y'all. My bad, Mona. Y'all speaking for y'all demo. Like my parents called me.
Fair. Yeah.
And was like, yo, I had no idea about a lot of the stuff that they mentioned in this.
But it was shit that was new to me. But I looked at this. Excuse me, nigga. This shit was higher than Stranger Things.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, no, they made some.
Well, because the Stranger Things niggas is 39.
I know that, but
They
that's
grown,
beside the point.
I don't
That
know
is-
how y'all still getting this. Later, we'll talk about the Stranger Things.
But my point though, with that just
and
recently
they grew
dropped
up weird now.
They did.
You see that?
They did. Yo,
They grew up weird, and nobody
they should've
wants to
just let
say
that go.
it. So they're
should've let
trying to
that
put these niggas on a promo run. They look like Stranger Things. You can't really go ahead, man.
This season was pretty good though.
But yeah, but the fact is, a lot of people were waiting for Stranger Things. And this was higher than that. So this tells me it's going to be a lot of eyes getting a lot of new information. Some of us, we might know certain things. I gained new information. And they painted this shit as that was his MO.
Yes.
Yo.
Right.
Oh, okay. That's your girl. I want her.
Whoa.
And I'm going to do whatever. I'm taking like that.
That Eric Sermon stuff?
Bro, I never knew that.
I didn't know
That's the
Eric
story I didn't
Sermon
know.
either.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
When you said my man was like on the window, I was like, oh, this motherfucker crazy.
Yeah, he a little throw.
I didn't know that one.
I didn't know that he got bad, because the neighbor, the one that, because they live in a duplex and they renting out the downstairs to the other family. He alluded to that he went through rough beatings.
Getting his ass whooped.
Right, but he was he don't want to remember it, it was so traumatic or whatever.
Yeah, I love that part.
Him and his mom was so close, and his mom was so in love with him. Whenever you would see him, I didn't know that, and I like the fact that they really went into. To me, I took it like Janice was still street connected after the dad died. You know what I mean? Before it's
they
almost
implied it real smooth.
right? Because before it's okay, they from Harlem. He this big drug dealer. He gets murdered. They in Mount Vernon. They excluded from it. He going to private school. But no, she's driving into Harlem and she can leave her car. She really was outside for real. So
That's the brilliance of it to me. When you tell a story like that, where you lead the audience understanding it without having to be heavy-handed with it, like some of these other docs. My man was just she just leave the car there, leave it running, and nobody mess with it. Just saying it like that, we got it without having. To me, that's what made the storytelling so good.
It must have been pretty wild for Puff to have found out his mom was working in the after-hour spot on a talk show.
I didn't think that was real. I thought that he just reacted that way. I think he
you ain't
knew
got
what
to
his
tell
mom.
the world.
Yeah, I think he knew what his mom was going on. That's just some cutie shit for TV. That's how I took it, Parks. That was some cutie TV shit because, they in tune and they tight. You know what I mean? I don't know. Now, one part that was a little confusing to me was what it might have been because we in the industry shit. So you say what you supposed to say or what the publicist tell you to say. But at one part, he's doing some kind of interview that I've never seen before, and it's from the late '90s or the early 2000s. And he said something about that that his mom was. It's the same scene from when he was talking about that he had to fight, like he had to whoop ass or he would get in trouble.
Yeah.
That interview, I had never seen that before ever, and I was like a Puffy fan. Like I've seen every little when they show clips of his interviews and shit. I've already seen it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had never seen it before. I want them to drop that because the way he was talking all candidly, it seemed like he was being real honest in that interview. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And then when at the bottom it says something, it was a title, something almost like that was a documentary that never came out.
Yeah, that part I don't know the source of it, but I agree. All the childhood stuff, having people tell stories from his childhood, it gave you a sense of his mindset. They were building a case about his mindset,
For sure.
that I thought was helpful.
When Joe came in and talked about it, I thought it was going to be worse than what it was. For me, to Parks' point, I had heard 97% of that shit already. A couple things were new, like I never heard the nigga say, yo, he really gave us $1 million. He hired us for $1 million. I never heard that before, right? That was new for me. But I think the part about him getting his ass whooped by his mom, and I think the whole episode 4, I think they shot him some bail.
They were pretty. They tried to be fair.
I think episode 4 really shot him a whole bunch of bail. Like,
Where was the bill?
The jurors, they didn't have to do that in that doc.
Yeah, true.
They didn't have to talk to the jurors because the jurors were like, nah, we thought she was lying, and
Yeah,
we
it was just two people in love.
They didn't have to display that in the doc.
Yep.
I think the dude Rod,
Lil Rod.
nobody took him seriously.
No.
Which is a shame.
I think that.
I'm saying that as somebody that didn't take
we
him
did.
seriously.
And then
I have a question for all of y'all about
we
Rod.
reported on that. We were
I didn't
foul.
take him serious at all.
And then hearing that, I was
He
like,
gotta change his name.
damn,
Yeah,
son.
it doesn't help.
When he came, when I always thought that Rod was the one that got it jumping because Rod wanted his money or whatever. He said, give me my fucking money or else. And then he went and told. Is that really true that Rod is the one that got the shit?
No.
Cassie got
Cassie
jumping.
They even said that in the doc. Yeah.
Rod happened in January. Cassie happened like 3 months earlier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And
And then everybody looked at Rod like, oh, you saw what happened with her.
jumping on
okay.
trying to
So
get
he-
paid because he ain't paid.
But there was like 100 more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Including
I definitely think they was fucking though, Puffy and Rod for sure. I think he hit that.
I don't know. I can't speak to that. But
Personal opinion, baby.
What I
Yeah.
took from it is that Puffy is a shitty businessman on the side of paying people.
Yeah.
And I think a bunch of these people have been working with him for a long time.
Go ahead.
No.
And I just think a lot of them niggas was mad. I think bitter. You can hear the anger in some of their voices as they talk about what he did to them in business.
For
You
sure.
know what I'm saying? And so I think that it was almost like, all right, this is my time to get back.
Yeah.
The Rod story did come off like a love story.
Yes, it did. They were. I'm not taking nothing away from him. His claims, I wish him the best, but it just they go together a little bit. They went together.
The shit that really got me was when they were talking about Big Funeral. I never heard that before.
Yeah.
Some people have come out to say some of that was not
somebody
true,
did come out
not
and say
accurate.
it wasn't true, but I mean, like just seeing it in that moment.
But if that's
seeing
not
the
true-
way he was presenting himself, and then hearing the other things about it was like, who really are you?
What part of that disturbed you the most? The money part of it?
The whole shit, like just seeing.
Big playing for his own funeral, I think.
That's what I'm saying. This is the money part. That part.
That would be fucked up.
Yes, that would be very fucked up. Yes.
Yes.
If I went on record saying that I'm gonna pay for this,
I'm gonna have.
and then when I see the expenses start piling up
I
because
see.
I'm trying to do this shit big, no pun intended, and now it's too much, and I'm like, I ain't paying for that.
You're not saying it's fucked up to not pay for it. You said it's fucked up to say you're going to do it and not do it.
No, it's fucked up to say we gonna do this bigger than anybody's ever seen.
I want the biggest
We gonna,
funeral New
we
York's
gonna
ever
stroll
seen.
big through Manhattan, Brooklyn, wherever, and then when you start seeing the expenses pile up, you say, "Yo, I want to do it. That shit, he got to pay for it."
No,
That's
I'm
some
with you.
bullshit.
I'm with you. But I'm saying if that hadn't happened, I'm just curious. This is a curiosity I had when I was watching it. If he hadn't said all that and they just did a normal funeral and he paid for that at Biggs estate instead of his own pocket, would that be fucked up?
Yes.
For me, yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Especially
that's
when
fucked
I feel like Puffy, with one thing, bad businessman or not, the nigga got a vision. He knew what he was about to do after that nigga died as far as all the songs, Missing You, he knew he was going to go hard on the death part. That was a no, he knew, and I feel like Puffy wanted that rap thing, and I think with Biggie going, he knew he could rap a little more. Like, you know what I mean? I could be the rapper.
It'll
So
take
it's
the
like,
spot.
yeah, so if you know that, the least you could do is pay for the fucking funeral and look out for the kids. Like, what the fuck? Is that your man or not? Is that your friend or not?
Like, is it confirmed that wasn't true?
Hard to say at this point. It sounds like
Because if it's
both
not
sides, I
true,
don't know.
I think that's
easy
horrible,
to figure it out.
bro.
Why the
a
fuck did we
person
just
spoke
know?
out. He said he was speaking on behalf of Viola Wallace,
The estate spoke out.
and everything, and said that is 100% not true.
That Biggie paid for his own funeral.
Yes, that did not happen.
And bro,
now
a lot of people
you could go
took that-
further down that rabbit hole if you want.
Yeah.
And say,
Yes, you could.
is it possible somebody said, "Yo, my man, I need you to say this and clear this up"?
Right.
We don't know.
Because she gone.
Exactly.
Yeah, and there's been other allegations of stories changing from that side after some other agreements were made. I don't know what's true and what's
I don't
not.
give a fuck if it's true or not. If any two things in this 4-part thing is true,
He's a
then-
monster.
Wow.
I think Puff is a monster regardless, by the way.
I do too.
Nothing comes across as he's a good dude.
Like some of that footage
Yeah.
there with him and his son saying, "Yo, we need to call such and such and have her do this." Like some of that shit was hard to watch, bro.
The
Bro.
Aubrey O'Day shit was riveting.
Yeah.
Aubrey O'Day, am I saying her name right?
Yeah,
Yes.
I believe so.
Yes.
Aubrey O'Day, episode 4, having to listen to somebody tell her for certain what was happening with her
And
because she was passed out and blacked out and don't remember any of it.
As someone who also doesn't drink, she said.
Yeah, no.
That's
crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, you know what was fucking shocking to me? Because growing up as a Puffy fan and, being a person, separating the artist from the person, I just wanted to assume that happened to him from the money and it happened to him in Hollywood. Nah, he was just fucked. Like, you know what I mean? From the gate.
I think it's the combo. That's why
it got worse?
That's what I thought made the storytelling so good. It's like, okay, he's born into this really unusual situation. In some ways privileged, in some ways really fucked up, a lot of trauma. And then you add on to that this whole world that almost no one in the history of the world has ever experienced. That's a hell of a combo, because even the guy said there was that moment where he felt the switch go off for who Puffy became. And he was like, oh, that was the last time I saw the Puffy I grew up with. Suddenly he looked. So I think it's both. I think it's like trauma mixed with power that just turns you into somebody else.
They did a really good job. Because even when they started showing like Video Music Box, they showed the nerdy kid dancing on the steps.
Yeah.
That was just thirsty as hell,
Was Stacey
trying to get
Lattimore.
into the industry by any means.
Right.
And then they showed this transition of him now being a party promoter, being the hottest party promoter, and then transitioning to Andre Harrell's assistant. And then, like, I think they just did a really good job of telling the story of who he was and who he became.
For sure.
But, nigga, we was outside. Like, bro, it's hard to find somebody that was as popular as Puff in the late 90s, early 2000s, bro.
That's a fact.
Like, we talking about social media.
Yeah.
So you still could maintain a level of mystery and mystique. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, dog, them niggas was just something that we've not. I think Russell Simmons kind of passed the torch to Puff. Right? I'm going to jump over Andre Harrell. No disrespect intended. No disrespect intended, but I just think that Puffy took black music somewhere that we haven't seen it go, especially as far as the money goes.
By sampling and stealing.
Well, that was the other thing. I mean, they said it explicitly at times. He's like, he's not that talented.
He's not. And that's
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that's what they say.
But
I actually
back
think he is
then-
talented. I think they're
I think he's
underestimating
very
how.
talented.
But back then they would say that. Back then, a lot of people didn't like the fact that that's all he did was sample shit. People was saying that about him. And
Yeah,
back
but
then, niggas.
nah.
And back then, people didn't like when he was running around doing the Biggie shit. People said that shit back then. I was a Puffy fan. I remember people would say like he was exploiting him, and it was
I think
questioning
so,
what he
too.
did for the family.
But I think it's. I always am skeptical of those narratives of like almost like anybody could have done this.
They couldn't.
And it's like
They
they
could
couldn't.
not.
It's a unique person, a unique talent to do what he did.
Bro, Puff's ear for music alone is unique.
Right.
Finding talented people is a talent.
That's what I'm
That
saying,
is
for
a
sure.
talent, yeah.
Yeah.
But
And developing them.
But having producers in the room, other producers in the room, every single time you produce shit, and then we already
Yeah, but if
know
I'm-
that he would take things from you. So it's like to assume that maybe
but
the
look,
good
but
ideas came from the nigga he sat with and he just put his name on it.
If I'm the conductor and y'all are the orchestra, I ain't got to be able to play a single instrument, but I'm the one that's arranging and doing all this shit that's making it all come together.
Right, and I get that.
That is a talent.
Right, I
Everybody can't do that.
Right, I get that, but that guy being also the guy that comes in your office with a bat and say sign over your fucking stock, like to me it's just like how the fuck do we know what he added into it, who the fuck he found? But
I mean, it's a good point.
that's all.
Let me ask you this.
And I'm a Puffy
The
fan,
Hitman-
die hard back in the
The
day.
Hitman was the Hitman.
Mm-hmm.
Did any of them
Kind of has a different.
Yeah.
Kind of has a different ring to it.
Damn, shit.
Where the fuck is Stevie J?
My point is this: all of those niggas was talented. Where did they go on to What did they go on? Like,
I don't
when you
even
take
think
me out the
that's
studio
indicative of
now,
anything.
if I'm still the genius nigga, like I think Kanye West is a genius. I think Kanye West could create music with some fucking bongos and some coca. Like I just think he a genius, and so I think that when you take him away from whomever that might have been steering the ship, I think his genius is gonna still just be there.
I mean, Stevie J had some hits.
Yes, he did.
Outside of the Hitmen.
All the Hitmen had
All
hits.
of them.
That's what I'm saying. So I
D-Dot,
think that,
Chucky Booker, all them niggas was dope.
they all had the
He's very
talent.
talented.
But Puff did have a unique thing. I think that's the point. I think in the doc sometimes they underplayed how that skill set is. Because he was like, oh, he couldn't rap, or he couldn't. No, he can't. But like, there's things he can do that nobody else can do.
Exactly.
Doc was the first time I heard somebody say, "Yo, Puff ain't do drugs." Puff was never into drugs.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said after he cut. Yeah, that even got him hooked on painkillers and shit.
That was wild.
After he what?
The shit with his wrist. It was like they couldn't tell if it was an attempt or whatever, but the doctor, he got hooked on painkillers after that.
Okay.
And then that's where it just...
Damn.
I don't know. I mean,
Don't worry if I write rhymes. I write checks.
So your final thoughts on this?
I give it an A.